Hi, I'm glad that you came by. There's something I wanted to talk to you about. We talked before about the opportunities that are there, that we can look at what's happening during this pandemic and see that there are opportunities for new businesses to come out of this. Things that will be great opportunities for those people who can think in terms of how they can build upon the needs that they see that are there. You see, that's where great entrepreneurs come from. They are people who can identify a need and be able to fill that need. And you don't have to have a medical degree, you don't have to be a doctor to look at the need of medical supplies and say, how do I fill that? You just have to be able to think creatively. Remember, the creative entrepreneur is someone who can see that it gets done. It's not necessarily someone who can do it. You know, Andrew Carnegie built the steel industry, and he amassed a huge fortune. He developed a huge business, which is still alive and thriving today. The steel industry is an extremely important part of who we are as a culture, besides the building material that put this country together. But you know, Andrew Carnegie knew nothing about steel. He didn't know how to make steel. It wasn't something that he decided that he was going to sit home and read all these books on steel and thought, gosh, I love steel and I want to make steel. And this is no, he was a businessman, and he understood what it took to build this business. And he got the people, the best people, who did understand steel and that process, and put them together to make this thing happen. The same is with you. You can come up with ideas to make these businesses work. You don't have to have all the knowledge in order to understand how these things work in order to make them work. Please be aware that successful people are people who can put things together, not people who can create them from scratch, but people who can take people, the best people, put them all together and come up and fill that need. Do you see a need? There are many out there. How are you going to fill it? How can you fill it? No matter what it is, whether it's medical equipment, whether it's education, whether it's business, whether it is exercise, whether it is just entertaining yourself, whatever it is. Now we have an opportunity to look at the world from a different perspective. Don't miss it. You may be that person who truly does change the world. This is John Patrick Hickey, and I do want to encourage you to always be your best. Love God, have good manners, discover the unknown, and indeed change your world.